that following the elections that were held yesterday, we have taken seriously the concerns expressed by the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the presidential candidate under the National Super Alliance, as well as the expressions made by the other candidates. We therefore held a meeting with the commissioners of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission to discuss the issues raised and the way forward. From these consultations, we wish to state the following. Message to Kenyans. We deeply thank Kenyans for the peaceful manner in which they voted yesterday. This is a great manifestation of political, social, and moral maturity that must not be taken for granted. We now encourage you as Kenyans to continue with the same peaceful demeanor. Kindly resume your day-to-day activities as we all wait for the official declaration of the results for the various positions. It is important that we don't engage in acts of violence or other destructive activities. We are confident that the IEBC and the main political parties and formations are working to resolve the issues raised, so let us as Kenyans be peaceful as we wait for these processes to be concluded. Our concerns regarding the credibility of the general elections. During our consultations with the IEBC, we analyzed the concerns raised by the different stakeholders with regard to the general elections, and we took note, number one, that the IEBC is actively engaging the stakeholders and political parties to clarify the issues and ensure solutions are arrived at. We encourage, of course, the political players, now that that avenue is open and they are engaged, to utilize that more than make alarming statements. Secondly, the most notable activity is that the IEBC is in the process of making the scanned images of the Form 34A publicly accessible. 3, the IEBC has indicated to us that they are organizing for all stakeholders to undertake a verification of the results so far received. In view of the foregoing, we as religious leaders are reaching out to the leaders of both NASA and Jubilee Party for consultations so as to facilitate dialogue and peace in the country. We have also put in place measures for the religious leaders to participate in the verification of the results based on the scanned and original forms that the 4As, so as to provide an independent view. Our message to the security agencies. We as religious leaders commend the security agencies for the professional and people-friendly manner that they use to execute their mandate throughout this electoral period. We appreciate that Kenyans may react emotionally when the results are announced. And so we ask that the security agencies maintain order and security in a humane and restrained manner. Our conclusion. We conclude by urging all Kenyans to stay calm and remain peaceful. We've just had peaceful elections, and now we have a mandate to peacefully wait for the results to be announced. Thereafter, we hope that any disputes with the results may be dealt with effectively through the laid down machineries. May God bless every Kenyan as we pray for peace in our land. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there any question?
Thank you.
Maybe one here from Citizen TV. Okay. Maybe you can let us know how long has your meeting been? Do you feel it was conclusive, or will you need to come back to Bomas again to follow up with some of the promises that you've been given? 2 questions, please. Okay. Thank you, Wahiga. Any other?
Okay. I'm Mary. You talked about reaching out to the political parties that is last time you delayed consultation. Have you been able to conduct them already? Or it's when you are going to attend one?
Okay, thank you, Mary. You'll be answered.
Any other question?
Please go ahead. Tell us your name.
Only from Capital FM.
Yeah?
What's the dialogue? Because in this instance, we are waiting for a winner and a loser to be announced.
Lastly, are we from
Is there any other question? How long was our meeting with the IEBC commissioners, and are we likely to come back? We had a meeting for as long as was necessary, and all the questions and the concerns we had were answered to our satisfaction. Mark you, this is work in progress, so we're not asking IEBC commissioners to give absolute statements, but to give a status report that can convince us that they're in grip of things and the work is going on properly and will be finished in due course. Indeed, we have already sent signals as we make contacts with both NASA and Jubilee, and the indications that we may be able to have meetings with them pretty soon. And you may ask then, what kind of things do we want to discuss with the groups in view of the fact that this is a technical process? All Kenyans recognize that it's a technical process, but violence in Kenya is triggered by elections most of the times. And 2007, 2008 is a case in point of something no Kenyan wants to see us go back to. We desire to explain to them, on behalf of Kenyans, that all Kenyans expect political leaders to urge their supporters to act with sobriety and restraint, and the first call in any matter of concern should really be the processes that are provided for in the law. Now, NASA and Jubilee are ours. They are Kenyan. They ran very powerful campaigns, and they tried to offer themselves for leadership as anyone would. And we do not, as religious leaders, see a winner and a loser, even though that is what is provided for in the law. We see an outcome of a process that is defined in the law, not creating losers and winners, but opportunity for Kenyans wishing to offer leadership to participate in different ways. We also must encourage that those that win positions, and not just at the presidential level, must act with magnanimity and act with consideration of the emotions and the feelings of those that may lose positions in the elections. Thank you.
Do you think there is a problem with the results?
Do we think there is a problem? The mandate of IEBC is to conduct elections and declare results. I think it is not necessary for Kenyans to presume that there is a problem. The provision is to respond to the results when they are announced. However, because concerns have been expressed, it is important for them to be interrogated. We commend IEBC because they are taking measures to demonstrate that they are responding and hearing what is being said. So we ask that they are given a chance. When the results are announced, contestants will have a right to either accept and concede or take the legal actions that are available. We support IEBC and ask Kenyans to give them opportunity to complete the exercise they have embarked on, which is not an easy exercise by any means. Thank you very much.